الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهد الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله ونشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. If you can all read the Durood Sharif together. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. قال الله تعالى في القرآن المجيد والفرقان الحميد بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. صدق الله العظيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Alhamdulillah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed us with another day of Jum'ah in the month of Ramadhaan. It is a great blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that we are sitting here right now. As we have heard many times, again and again we hear that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He only calls those people whom He loves to His house. This is the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we are not here because we want to be here. We are here because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has chosen for us to be here. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves each and every one of us. And this month of Ramadan, it is going past very quickly, and it is of huge importance that we understand that we need to make the most of this time that we have, because nobody is guaranteed that they will live for tomorrow, never mind next Ramadan. And we have to make sure that we are doing everything that we can to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us so much. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us so many opportunities, and it's now time that we make sure that we grab one of these opportunities. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, wal asr, and I swear by time. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He swears. Whenever a person, he makes a qasam, when he swears to something, as a Muslim, when we swear by something, we have to swear by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because we know that we will not swear against Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we will not speak a word of a lie, because we realize the status of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So it means that it has to be of some kind of importance in order for you to swear by it. So the same way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that what is important is time. Time is one of those things where you cannot buy it. Can anyone buy time? Anybody? No? Not possible. It's not possible to buy time. Whenever a person is asked to do something, he says, I will do it later when I have time. If a person really wants to do something, he will make the time for it. The time he has to make for it for himself if he really wants to do that thing. It is up to him whether he wants to do it or not. He has a choice. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created each and every one of us for a purpose. Our purpose is to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. No other reason. No other reason. And the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, فَإِذَا فَرَغْتَ فَانْصَبْ. That whenever you become free, fansab, go and do the next act of worship. This is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying. After completing one act of worship, so we are here today, we are going to pray our Jummah Salah. After Jummah Salah, instead of sitting about wasting our time, what do? Go into the next act of worship. We can sit and we can open the Quran and recite some Quran. We can do some dhikr. Or we can sit and we can read about the stories of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam. We can look into the life of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam. That whatever a person puts into his deen is what he will get out of it. If a person does not want to make that, if he doesn't want to make the effort, then he's going to be finding it very difficult to make sure that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is pleased with him. Now this month of Ramadan that we have, the days are going past very quickly, and we have to understand that we try our best to make sure that we use each and every second wisely. That if we do not use them wisely, then it is only us who are going to be in regret. And if I am not using it in the way, when a person goes into the grave and he sees Jannah and he sees Jahannam and he sees everything that is going on, he will have one wish: if only I could go back into the dunya and do all the good deeds possible. But then it will be too late, because he has seen everything, that his books are closed. So now is the opportunity for us to try and please our Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, قُلْ إِنَّ صَلَاتِي وَنُسُكِي وَمَحْيَايَ وَمَمَاتِي لِلَّهِ رَبِّ الْعَالَمِينَ. That everything that we should do, everything that we do should only be for the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We say, إِنَّ صَلَاتِي, that my salah, وَنُسُكِي, all of my worship, وَمَحْيَايَ وَمَمَاتِي, my living and my dying, everything should be only for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That this is the whole purpose why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created us. That we have to be prepared in such a way where we make sure that everything I do, it is thinking that I am thinking, is my Allah pleased with me or not? This is the question that we have to ask ourselves. Don't think that, is the people around me happy or not? Yes, this is a part of our deen as well. But if it is contradicting the deen, if it is taking us further away from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then it is ourselves that we are putting into difficulty. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us this chance. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed us with this month. Not only is this a blessed month, that we are getting everything multiplied by so many more times as well. If there are so many people who are not with us today that were here with us last year, and who knows who will not be here next year. So each and every second we have to make sure that we use it in the best way possible. If we are not using the time to the way that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has commanded, then we are missing out ourselves. So what we have to do is these couple of days that we have left, I'm saying, we'll say that, there's over a week, but it's going to go past very quickly. And how can I use my time in the best way possible? That whenever I have any kind of time, I sit and open the Quran and read the Quran and see what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying to us. After reading the Quran, if when you get tired, then you do some dhikr. After doing dhikr and you get tired, what can you do next? You can pray some nawafil. After you get tired doing that, go and see if you can help anybody out. There are so many good deeds that we can do. But do not waste your time by sitting on the sofa and putting on the news and say, okay, let's see what's going on in the world. That is not going to help us in any way whatsoever. So what we have to do is make sure that I am not wasting any time whatsoever. What can I do to please by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? How can I get more reward? Reward after reward after reward. There is an Arabic proverb, a saying, which says that time is like a sword. Time is like a sword. Al-waqtu kas-sayf. That slay it before it slays you. That before death comes to you, you make the most of your time. Use your time wisely. A lot of people will say, I don't have the time. I'm a very busy person. But if they really needed to make the time up for something, they'll go and they will do that thing. So we do not feel that there is some kind of importance. If we see that something is very important, we'll go and do it straight away. For example, when your light is beeping on your car that you need to put fuel in, you don't say, I'll wait until I stop in one place and that's it. Then because it's going to bring even more difficulty, you're going to have to call up someone and they're going to have to bring fuel for you, and you're going to be causing difficulty to others as well. So the same way, it is in the best interest of a Muslim that he plans. That what am I going to do today? Don't just go with the flow. And if I get the chance, I will read the Quran. If I get the chance, I'll come to the masjid. But it should be that this is what I am going to do today, and I'm going to make sure that I do it. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed this month in so many different ways that we have, during this month, we will have the last 10 days of Ramadan which are going to come. The best way to spend these last 10 days is of course an i'tikaf. If a person can, he should come and he should seclude himself in the masjid, and he should fully put himself in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and say, Ya Allah, I am here, I am yours, and I am going to do all of your ibadah as much as possible. This is the best for a person who can do it. And if a person is not able to, then he should try and spend every bit of free time he has in the masjid. Whenever he has any time, he comes into the masjid and he does the worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now everything that I am saying right now, we all know these things. Everybody, we all know these things, that these are the things that I should be doing, these are the things that maybe I can do. But the question is, will we do it or not? This is the biggest question. Am I ready to do these things? And am I ready to make my Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala pleased with me? Am I ready to make my Jannah bigger? This is the question that you have to ask yourself. That do I really want it or not? Do you want it, Abdurrahim? What do you want? Jannah. Are you going to work hard for it? You have to work for it. It's not just going to come like that. You know, when you want to become a doctor, you don't go to the university and say, can I have one doctor please? You can have one doctor. They don't give you just a jacket and you become a doctor. You have to put in the effort. Yes, Dr. Muhammad, you put in the effort? Yes, very hard work. You have to put in the effort. If you do not put in the effort, you're going to get nothing out of it. So the same way that if you want to become a Jannati, each and every one of us, we say we want to be Jannatis. We ask ourselves, are we doing enough? Can I do more? This is a question you ask yourself. Can I do more? And of course, we can always do more. We can always do so much better. So we have to actually get up and start doing things. That come to the masjid. This is the place where there is a good environment. When you are in a good environment, it will rub off on you. Like Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam mentioned in a hadith, a person, he goes into the perfume shop, and if he doesn't put any perfume on at all, but he comes out, he will come out smelling nice. Even though he has not put any perfume on, because he has been in that nice environment. A person goes to the blacksmith, he's got all coal, he's working about with coal. You're just standing about watching, but you'll have coal, you'll have stains, everything on your clothes. Why? Because you have just been in that area. So the same way, when we are in the environment of the masjid, when we are being in an area where the dhikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is taking place, where there is ibadah taking place at all times, then that will rub off on us and we will start to do those good deeds as well. So this is one thing that I ask everybody to make the intention. Whenever I have the opportunity, I will come into the masjid. I will sit in the masjid and I will do some kind of ibadah. This is all Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is asking from us. And what is the reason why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is asking for us? Will Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala get any greater from our worship? No, not at all. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is already the greatest. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that when you come and worship me, O my servant, I will give you so much in return that you won't even be able to believe it. Even right now, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He is getting so many things ready for us. Why? Because we are sitting in the state of fasting. And we are here and we are fasting only for the purpose of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I'm not fasting here because my dad said to me, I'm not fasting because my mom said to me, I'm not fasting because of any other reason, but because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants me to. If I want, I can go sit in the corner and I can have a biscuit and no one will know, but my Allah will know. This is what the taqwa that we have. This is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is showing to us. Allah is training us in this month of Ramadan. That, oh my servant, that today, during this month in Ramadan, I am stopping you from doing something which is completely halal, eating and drinking. Completely halal. I'm stopping you from doing it and you are doing it. This is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala testing us. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, oh my servant, you have been able to stop something which is halal. Don't you think you can stop something which is haram? that I am always watching around. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is always watching each and every person. He knows what is in everyone's heart. He knows what is in their minds. So this is what we have to do. We need to always remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is watching me. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows what I am doing. I want my Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to be pleased with me. So this is why we have to make sure that the time that we have in this dunya, that we use it properly. So on average, a person, he lives for around 78 years. This is the average age of a person, 78 years. And for 1/3 of his life, he spends it sleeping. 1/3 of his life is spent sleeping. And another 10 years of his life, he spends it working. So there you go, you've got about 33 years of your life just gone like that, sleeping and working. You're not even doing anything that you enjoy. Well, we all love sleeping, so that's good. So you've got all that done. After that, a person, he spends about 2.5 years doing eating and drinking. 2.5 years he spends eating and drinking. For about 7 years of his life, he will be doing chores, cleaning up this and doing that. For another 3 years of his life, he will be doing all these other different things that he doesn't even, he doesn't really enjoy. But all in all, it comes down to an average person, he has 9 years of his life where he has to himself. 9 years. The rest of the time you're doing something, either going from here to there, or sleeping, or eating, or drinking, all these different things. But 9 years a person has on average. This is for the person who is going to live till 78 years old. A person, he doesn't even know when he's going to go, but for those 9 years, it is absolutely nothing. But why are we sacrificing so much in the akhirah just for the dunya? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has promised us so much in the akhirah. And this is the best time to make sure that we stock up. We stock up and we make sure that we have got all of our, our back room is all filled with stock. Where we are ready and we make sure that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to give us so much and so much. We have to give Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that reason for Him to want to give us more and more and more. But the thing that we have to do is ask from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's treasures will never finish. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gets happy when we ask from Him, and He gets angry when we do not ask. So whenever we need something, we have to ask from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So first of all, we need to ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for forgiveness. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgives each and every one of us. And then secondly, we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He gives us the tawfiq to use these moments of Ramadan in the best way possible. That whenever we are finding it a bit difficult, whenever we are finding it hard to do some kind of ibadah, we remember that my Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants good for me. He wants good from me. And this is what I have to do to please my Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He gives us the tawfiq to try and do as many good deeds as possible. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the ability to act upon whatever has been said. Ameen wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. If you can perform as soon as please.